they can salvage this by still getting someone that doesn't mind working in concert with Nick Sirianni, meaning not that Nick's going to tell him what to do, but you at least have to make the coach feel like he's a part of this thing. Like, I think that's important, the working relationship with Nick Sirianni and whoever is going to be that offensive coordinator certainly needs to be one that is in harmony. And it can't be disruptive or divisive when it comes to internal battles and hierarchy in the coaching staff and players respecting certain coaches' authority, right? And so they have to be on the same page. But I also want someone who has some experience in play calling already. He has experience. He's managed games. I've said this all year long, and you'll remember this. I was never concerned about Kevin Patullo's X's and O's. That wasn't the thing with me. It was the sequence in which plays were being called. Are you calling things that are complementary or setting something else up for the next series or the next quarter or what have you? That's where the experience part comes in, where you can sort of, instead of calling plays in the moment and reacting to the in-game situation, you have the ability to think ahead of time and anticipate certain things. And so that helps Nick out in his coaching. That's why I think Kellen Moore was a big asset for Nick Sirianni, being an experienced play caller. Nick didn't have to get involved as much. And then thirdly, because I still believe this to be a huge part of my criteria moving forward with Jalen as my quarterback. And that's a lot of this is predicated around that. I'm assuming the Eagles are in lockstep with Jalen being here as their franchise quarterback for the foreseeable future. And with that being said, I don't need someone with one foot out the door looking for another job somewhere else at the first sign of a phone call. I don't know if some of these guys, I'm not going to name names, but some of the guys that are out there, I don't know if they're really head coaching material. If you give a guy like Jim Baumkuder, right? I don't know if he's going to be a head coach anywhere. He's been through the hiring cycle once or twice, and no one pegged him as that guy. But can he be a play caller, an experienced play caller, someone who's worked with Nick that could be on his staff like a Vic Fangio for at least 3, 4, 5 years possibly if things go well? Those are things that I'm looking for, and I think the Eagles can still land that type of hire, and this thing still turns out to be okay in the end. I know we want the big name. I know we want the splash. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, but it doesn't mean that the Eagles can't stick to a formula that has worked for them